Welcome to Nebraska Lady Driver. Today I'm starting a new series for new drivers, and I'm going to be giving you some new tips on how to get started as a driver. Today's tip is about phone mounts. If you're new here, my name is Lori and I'm a rideshare driver in Lincoln, Nebraska. I do videos about my experiences as a rideshare driver with Uber and Lyft, and how you can get started or just for pure entertainment. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the best phone mounts for drivers. First of all, I'm going to tell you, if you're an Uber and Lyft driver, or even if you're just driving long distances and need to use your GPS or whatever, you need to have a phone mount. I'll be honest with you, when I first started driving, the first 2 weeks, I didn't have one. And it was really risky. I had it sitting on my console here, and it really was not a good idea. So as soon as I could get one, I ordered one, and I'm so glad I did. We as drivers, we have to watch the GPS, we have to accept the rides, and there's so much more that we use our phones for while we're driving. So I really, really highly recommend for you to find a phone mount that works for you. In the short time that I've been driving, which is about 6 months now at the time of this video, I have tried a couple of different kinds. The first kind I got, I really liked it, and I'll try to put a link down below. It was a magnet mount, and I really love the magnet mounts. The only problem was when I got my new vehicle, for whatever the reason is, it will not stick to the dash of my car. So I had to go and get a different kind of mount. So now I'm mounting it on the windshield. Then my next mount that I went to purchase was this windshield mount. However, it's not a magnet, and I just don't like it. You have to push the little buttons in to release the phone. So then if you want to put the phone back, you have to somehow wrangle it up there with two hands. Now, a lot of times your passenger is going to be calling you. So if I just had to release my phone off of there in order to take a phone call, and then I'm trying to drive and figure out the GPS and everything, how the heck am I supposed to use two hands while I have my hand on the steering wheel in order to get my phone back in the mount? Even at a red light, it's still a challenge sometimes. So I really don't like this mount that I've been using. I just bought a new mount, which is also a magnet mount, and I will link all these different mounts down below so you can try them out for yourself. And this new mount is another magnet mount, and this one will be mounted on my windshield again. And the next thing to know about that is I also bought a new case to go with it. And if you search around on Amazon, you might find one for your phone. I'll put a link down below for the case so you can check it out. And on the back of the case, it has a small round magnet, specifically made for magnet mounts. So that not only will I have the magnet metal pieces that come with the kit, but my phone case itself is going to have a magnet on it, so there's no excuse for it not to work. Now, when I did have the magnet mount before, one potential problem was I had a really thick, heavy case on my phone, which I'm replacing now. And there was sometimes it would start to just slowly slip down and eventually fall off the mount. So with all the new case and everything, I'm quite sure I'm going to avoid that problem. I will update you later on and let you know how it's doing, but I am quite sure this new mount is going to work out really well for me. Now, I did consider for a vent mount for a little while, but I just don't think it's going to work for me. I've heard other people rave about the vent mount and how great it is. Here's what I'm thinking. What about when it falls off of there? I just have this funny feeling that they just fall off of there really easily, and I have heard other people comment about that. Another thing with the vent mount is you're going to be blocking your vent, so you're not going to get as much AC or heat, and during the winter months you could possibly overheat your phone. Now, the next thing about a vent mount that I don't really like is the way my car is set up. I just feel like not only is it going to block the vent, but I've got other buttons right below it that it's going to be blocking as well. And I just want to have access to everything in my car. Another thing to consider is the placement of your phone. Now, I have to put mine on the windshield, and I've been putting mine in about the center of the windshield, which has been working pretty good for me. I did, for a couple of days now, try it over on the left side of my steering wheel over here. And I'll tell you, I didn't really like it there. I noticed that, first of all, I'm right-handed, so it became quite difficult for me to reach over with my left hand and hit the phone screen when I had a ride request. And also just looking over to the left side, it's not natural for me. So I really didn't like it there, but it might work pretty good for you. I did like the original mount I had mounted on the dash here, because it was nice and low and right out of the way. That is one thing I don't like about where I have it now, is it kind of gets in the way, but I've learned to adjust. So when I'm driving and I'm trying to see in that area, I just move over, or just do what I have to do. And I don't feel like it's completely blocking my vision, so I don't feel like it's a safety hazard. But that's just something to be aware of in deciding where to place your phone mount. Now, I kind of said this before, but here's some pros and cons about the magnet mounts. If you don't have the right case, it can fall off of there. I didn't have a real issue with that, but it can happen. And I would highly suggest, if you have a plastic case, or if it's a really thick case, you might want to put the metal piece on the outside of the case. I didn't like the look of that, so that's not what I did, but hindsight is 20/20, and I wish that's what I would have done. However, I'm getting a new case. It's going to work a lot better, so I'm going to put the metal piece underneath the phone, as well as having the magnet on my case. And the next thing to consider with a magnet mount is, I really love this feature. With the other mount, you have to reach over and push the two buttons in and release the little arms around it. With the magnet mount, you just got to stick it up there, boom, you're done. Whenever you want to take it off of there, just pull it off of there. There's nothing that's keeping you from grabbing your phone, and it makes it really easy to be able to take those phone calls from the passengers, or being able to call them if you can't locate them, and whatever else you might need to do while you're driving. So that is something to consider. One more thing that might help you decide where to place your mount is, what is the easiest for charging your phone? For me, my vehicle has the cigarette lighter plug way down here under the console area, and if I were to put the phone over on my left side of my steering wheel, it's going to have to stretch a long way all around the steering wheel, and I just didn't like it there. When I have it right here in the middle here, then it's really easily accessible to the charger. Now, your car might be different, but that's just another thing to throw out there for you. So I hope that this overview today helped you in deciding on a new phone mount for you. And I really look forward to the next video. I'm going to be talking about car insurance because that is an issue for rideshare drivers. And it took me quite a bit of searching to find out what I needed to know. So I'm going to help you have a little shortcut in that. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week. Be safe out there.